Hi, I'm Rory Allen, born here in Ballymaloe a few years ago. We're here in the grain store, our venue. Ballymaloe goes back to the 50s when my father bought the property. My mother had an interest in food, and she got this notion anyway to open up a restaurant in the middle of the countryside in Ireland in 1964. In those days, we took a little lad in the Cork Examiner, come and dine in a country house. We bought an electric ring and we cut down a tree to make tables, and we were in business. It was as simple as that. A couple of years after opening up, this food guide came out called the Egon Ronnie Food Guide, and they rated us the second best in the whole of Ireland, the second best food in the whole of Ireland. So, and we've kind of never looked back since then. Today, Ballymaloe consists of a wonderful, wonderful cookery school and organic farm. Also, the Ballymaloe relish is an extraordinary product going all over the world. It's just one of my mother's recipes that my sister took and developed a whole business out of it. When we opened the restaurant, Ireland was very backward and poor in those days, and there was no such thing as supermarkets. There was only small producers. So we did what we all got carrots where we could get them. It was off local producers, got potatoes off local producers, got all our butcher's meat off the local butcher in Cloyne. And so from word go, we were supporting the local industries in the area. Supporting local producers in a locality is, I would say, absolutely vital. It's these are small producers with a passion to produce what they're producing, with a knowledge, and small quantities, and what they get is pocket money, really, and that it keeps them going. It keeps the wolf from the door. And if they have a little bit left over, they're not going to spend it in America or anywhere else. It's going to come right back into the community. I would say that the number one criteria is that you should have a passion for what you're doing. Yeah, I don't think you should sit back with a pencil and paper and an accountant and say, now, what will I do now to make money? I think if you start that way, there's a good chance it won't work. I think you've got to, if you love making afternoon tea buns, or if you love to grow stuff in your garden, or if you love, whatever your passion is, I think that has a far better chance of succeeding. So if you don't make much money in the first 6 months, at least you've enjoyed yourself. To me, that is the most important thing. And not to be too much of a rush, if it's possible, to make money too quickly. Just to enjoy doing it and watching things happen around you. And I think that's probably the key to success of small businesses. Starting your own business, it's a wonderful thing, but I tell you, there's lots of different types of people. There are people who say, if you can run down there and jump over that fence and the next one, you'll succeed. And there's people who say, yes, I can do that. And there's other people who say, oh no, I'd be afraid now I might trip up in the way or something happen. Now, I think to run a business, you have to be one of those people who can jump over the hoops. It can be very tough. And you will have to put, it obviously depends on the business, they're all different how they go. But very often, more than that, you will have to work completely, much more than you anticipated, and be able to take the blows that hit you as you go along the way. But the thing about it is, the harder you're hit, the better the satisfaction if your business comes right afterwards. I would say that if you have this thing is in you to do it, I would just go for it and I would do it, because that's the way I am anyway. I just make sure, and you do it and you make sure it works and works for you. Well done for you all with your enterprises, and good luck in the future. and may your businesses continue to grow.